Hi, I'm Chris McCracken, owner and president of Pine Creek Seed Farm. So here at this facility at 204 Ty Dotton Avenue, Jersey Shore, this is actually where my great-grandfather in 1932 came and bought this particular piece of ground with about 40 acres total to start his quest in agriculture. And with that, in a short period of time later, he wound up marketing Westbury and Sweepstakes open pollinated corn. Took that corn and basically serviced the northern tier of Pennsylvania. They also pioneered hybrid seed corn production here in the East Coast, working with Penn State University and their program. My grandfather himself, Ted Dobler, also became involved in the late 40s. They've done everything here from obviously seed corn production, but even prior to that, raising tomatoes, canned tomatoes, raised popcorn and things like that for commercial industry. So it's kind of unique, and they found their niche with hybrid seed corn. That's where they focused their attention. They built a plant here. They had state of the art at that time, seed plant that was actually run by electricity, which was a big deal back then. And then in early 1960s, my great grandfather became master farmer. And then just a couple years later, my grandfather became master farmer in Pennsylvania. And then since that time, up until 2002, the company basically was the marketing arm was Dobler's Hybrids, and at that time the seed production was actually done by T.A. Dobler and Son, which was my great grandfather and grandfather. My great grandfather passed away in the early 1980s. And T.A. Dobler and Son continued, with Taylor Dobler coming into the company as well. So Taylor being my uncle. And also I have a cousin, Bill Kammer, who was involved. There was a little bit of a hiccup in the company in 2002. It's that third generation thing, I call it. But basically that third generation had a little bit of a disagreement with which direction the company should go. And TA Seeds was formed. So Dobler's Hybrids continued on with their production, a lot of it done in the West Coast. Also, Bill Kammer did some right here in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Taylor Dobler did the majority of his production for TA Seeds, also right here. So uniquely enough, there was a little wall built between the facility. We're working to bring that wall down. Over the years, more transformations happened here to where the Dobler's Hybrids side was basically sold to DuPont, and then from that, the Dobler's brand kind of fizzled out, and these facilities actually, you wouldn't know it to see it now, but were empty for about 5 years. The family has moved on, and we were able to come back in and visit with Mr. Kammer, who owned this property, and actually able to purchase these original facilities with the seed tower, with the warehousing space and all that, but basically with our own direction. Our directions on small seeds, producing high quality small seeds here, and also sourcing them from all over the world to bring them to the local producer, the local farmers here in the East Coast. A little about me and why, with my experience and why we formed Pine Creek Seed Farm and started this new venture. I've worked in the seed corn business literally all my life, from detasseling corn to age of 8 to working with research and operations, and then sales. I've been doing sales back when I was a sales manager a territory manager for Dobler's Hybrids in the 90s, and became sales manager for TA Seeds and at the formation of that company in 2003. And then since have been able to spread my wings a little bit, and I decided early on that really this is a dream of mine, that to bring my family back and form this company together. And I think there's a lot of need for this type of business here in the East Coast. But I was able to go and work for a European grass seed company that had facilities in the Willamette Valley in Oregon. And then while there, I was able to form a lot of those relationships with a lot of those different companies and growers, and able to bring those relationships back. I also worked for a summer annual company that raises sorghum sedan grasses out of Hereford, Texas. So basically, I was lived on and off out of Amarillo, Texas. Always able to keep my roots here and my family here, but really spent a lot of time there. And again, through that, formed a lot of relationships and so forth. And I was able to pull those relationships all together and work with other companies that were looking to expand their distribution and expand their lineup with high quality type of products. And then bring all that experience back to this, and this is, I honestly think, is a very unique company that is going to focus on quality and bring that quality and those unique species and varietals of each species here to the farmers and producers across the East Coast. One of the unique things we have here at Pine Creek Seed Farm, we actually have a climate control area. We're looking at about 140,000 cubic feet. This will actually hold about 50 truckloads of bagged seed. So you can see here, we try to keep this at about 50 degrees temperature, about 50% humidity, which is ideal for keeping the germination alive within the seed. Also at our facility, we have about 50,000 square feet of floor space where we can actually store the majority of our warehouse space could hold 3 to 4 pallets high. So again, we can in our entire warehouse space, we can store approximately 120 truckloads of product right here in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. So very, very unique scenario here for the East Coast, a company that specializes specifically on small seeds. With a lot of the relationships that we've made over the decades of being in the seed business in general, we've made a lot of great relationships with a lot of key suppliers and growers across the country. And we're able to utilize those relationships, bring them back here to the East Coast to help service the entire seed industry up and down the eastern seaboard. With the current struggles of shipping and so forth coming from the West Coast, or truthfully in today's world from any location, shipping rates have went crazy. We do have here at this facility have access to rail. So we are in the process of bringing in bulk loads of rail through hopper bottom cars and also box cars for any of the bag goods. So that's a very unique characteristic of this company in comparison to other seed suppliers in the East. Here we're standing at the truck scales at our seed processing plant. You can see it's full-size truck scales come in. We can actually unload hopper bottoms here from our localized grain production. We can store them above the scales. There's about 1,000 bushel bins just above the scales here. We have over 20,000 bushel of storage within this building within itself. With that, we can clean about 650 bushel an hour with our new Crippen seed cleaner. And then we can process, we can treat if necessary, bag. We have two separate bagging lines, so we can bag both bags. We have a heat sealing unit and also tote bags. So we can pretty versatile with when it comes to the bagging line. Also, a big thing now, especially with cover crops and so forth, is mixing capabilities. Our team's actually setting up for a new mixing line that we're having produced out of Kansas right now that will help us mix very large quantities, large batches, so we can help be prepared for the upcoming cover crop season. So before the seed makes it to this stage of our processing, which is obviously the bagging, palletizing portion of this, we have a very high quality standards, a little higher than the majority of the industry, I believe. So we not only have, we actually have a lab at our facility. We have a germinator here at our facility that we can test, do an initial test on some of the small grain type of products we have coming in. We also use third-party testing at various labs across the country, depending on the species, where we validate the quality as we demand. Here at Pine Creek Seed Farm, we're also blessed to have the family around us that we do. And when I say family, I'm talking about literally blood, and those that are basically blood that have been with our family for literally decades. We have Carol Crawford here at the office, and she basically takes care of everything. She is our business manager here at Pine Creek Seed Farm. With Roger Lobb, who's been in the business literally, I've known Roger since we were kids. His father was my wrestling coach. He's been in charge of operations at TA Seeds over the years, and literally has done about every aspect of seed corn, whether it's production, processing, research, and so forth. He's done it. And then also my brother Jim has come on board. Jim was part of the seed production portion of the Dobler TA seed time, and has now came back to the business to help with running the plant, along with my son Cody. Cody really owns his own HVAC company, and he works here full time. So Cody is kind of a jack of all trades as well at a very young age, and he and Jim are basically taking care of the plant, bagging, processing, all that. So it's really nice to have people that that really care and have a lot of pride in the brand. And then we have Craig, my son Craig, who is just finishing up with college right now. He is working a little bit of jack of everything. So he's actually working with sales, operations, and processing. So he'll be the guy, the kind of go-to guy that understands every aspect of the business moving forward. And between he and the family, the future is very bright. And coming to think of it, we actually, with his team, we have over 100 years of experience. You're invited to come visit us at 204 Ty Avenue, Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, North Central PA. We're about 10 minutes off of Interstate 80. You reach us at 570-599-6949, or check us out on our website at www.pinecreekseed.com. Again, you can email us also at info@pinecreekseed.com. Thank you. I appreciate your time.